one guy wrote on my Instagram, he was saying, this is not of God. Why is she wearing this? And I don't really wear anything too provocative. So
what was it? What'd you have on?
I don't
remember what it was.
Because I forgot the video. I don't remember what scene it was. I was hanging out with one of the guys from the label, and we were just looking at the comment. He's like, yo, delete that really quick. He was going in on me. He was getting all biblical, saying like, you call yourself a Christian artist and this is how you represent yourself. So that got to me because he was really like nasty.
Questioning your faith.
Yeah.
On the Mwendo radio show. On the Mwendo radio. On the Mwendo radio show where it's much more than music. It's ministry.
Of course, DJ Mwendo, HeeSun Lee.
Yes.
Mannequin is still with us.
She is. I'm not knocked her over yet. All the rapping I was doing.
Okay.
Elbow her by accident.
I got a feeling Mannequin might.
Yeah. She
back.
might. Yeah. I'm watching her hands right now. So. Yeah.
Stereotypes.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's been a couple of years now since I had my my last album out, so it's a totally different feel, totally different vibe. I'm excited to let people hear it. The new HeeSun Lee, so it's a lot of great stuff, a lot of different topics. So I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna enjoy it.
Now, I was telling you this before we started this. I find it really interesting that you were kind of upfront about some of the stereotypes that people try to place on you as a Korean female artist.
Right.
Was that hard to kind of share some of that? Because that kind of stuff can be hurtful and painful.
Yeah, it can. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are already thinking it.
Sure.
So to just go out and say it, hey guys, I'm Korean. I'm not your typical artist. You're not going to think I rap when you look at me. So let's just get it out the bag and let people know. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. So now that we know the stereotype, let's break it. So that's pretty much my whole thing, is that I want to be upfront with people. I want people to know that I know what's going on, and at the same time, everything that you guys are thinking, kind of want to tweak it a little bit so you guys don't think it anymore. So that was the whole point of it. So
what's the craziest stereotype somebody said to your face?
Well, what I get a lot is, my husband comes with me a lot.
Sure.
So they always think for some reason we're brother and sister.
Wow.
I don't think we look alike, but for some reason they think every Asian looks alike. I don't get it. But it came to the point where it's getting a little bit annoying now because he is my husband. So, I get random things. People always ask me where I'm from. So I'll tell them I'm from Staten Island, and they'll be like, no, where are you really from? So it has to come all the way to the point where I have to say I'm from Korea. I don't know if any other race goes through that, but Asian people all the time, you have to tell them your origin.
Well, I was going to say, most people automatically categorize you're Asian, you're Chinese.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's another thing, is that people know me for years and they still think I'm Chinese.
Wow.
I say Korean a lot in my rhymes. I don't get it, but
sure.
We like the whole thing with the husband thing. Everybody just thinks we all look alike. There's no Chinese, there's no Korean, there's no Japanese. We're all just one big race. So I'm trying to let people know that we are different. Yeah. Oh, and then somebody randomly asked if me and Jin were brother and sister.
Wow.
I don't get it. I just
I know that's your homie, but I'm just saying,
I called him bro on Facebook or whatever. Okay. So like, oh, that's your real brother? I was like, no, we're just friends.
Wow.
But
man, I was gonna say, because he's not even Korean either.
No, and I don't think we look anything alike, but everybody just assumes that we're all the same. So like I said, it could get annoying, but I do understand. So something you gotta live with. How did you
even get into hip hop? Because this is even a conversation I've had with Jen before in terms of it is rare that you see Asians of any ethnicity involved in on the artist side.
Right. And where I come from and where I grew up, it's not heavily hip hop centered or anything like that. It was just, I was always into poetry, and just the hip hop and the music just always attracted me. So I tell this to a lot of people, my story. I was probably like 13 years old, and I started listening to Warren G. The G
Regulate.
Oh my
G Funk era.
That album, I memorized every word.
Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. Okay, I just had to get that out.
No, so when Nate Dogg died, I was actually a little hurt because
that touched you a little bit.
Weirdly is a lot of the reasons I started rapping. So I used to listen to the tape in my mom's minivan, and she used to scream at me because there's a lot of curse words on it. I don't know what got me into Warren G. I don't know why I started listening to it, but that's actually how the whole hip hop thing started for me. And from there, I just started, let me like this guy, and then it kept going from there.
So was the music first or the poetry first?
It was poetry, and then it came into the music, because I always like to write my own stuff. But and then I started hearing the beats, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
I want you to break this down for people too, because a lot of times people see poets and they see hip hop artists, and you'll have a hip hop artist that'll spit a acapella as if that is a poem.
Right.
And really, it's like you're just spitting an acapella 16.
It's kind of hard to talk about because rap is poetry, but when you do like spoken word, a lot of times you're not rhyming. You know, it's just you're free to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to rhyme on a beat, and you know, so when you're doing acapella and you're doing a written 16, you know, you're not doing it on a beat, but you could tell there's a flow going. But with spoken word, you could pause, you could do dramatic effect. Like it's just more artistic doing poetry sometimes. So I like that. I like the freedom that you don't have to be restricted to a beat. You know, sometimes you could just be yourself. You could do whatever you want. You don't have to go to rules and everything. So that's why I love poetry and spoken word. That's my first love.
So creatively, was that a challenge for you to kind of get into the confines of writing songs with the 16, 8 hook, 16?
It is.
And not the pauses. And
with hip hop, it's not even just that. You got to worry about your flow. You know, is this beat current? How's the hook sound? You know, so all these things are going off, and you know, the first 4 bars are really important. Like, are you attracting people? And you know, sometimes I'll have more than 16 bars and it's like, nah, you gotta cut it. So it could get kind of like draining sometimes, but I understand you want to make that really good record. You want to make that hit record, you know, have the popular sound. So you have to think of all these different things. But like I said, with poetry, you could just do whatever you want. So sometimes I do favor the poetry, but you know, both, I love them both.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
How do you and this has been a conversation probably for the past year that I think's picked up a lot. This will put out the Girl Code album, but it's just the lack of female prominence, not even just in the Christendom space of hip hop, but even just hip hop in general. Because you still probably outside on the mainstream side, even outside of like Nicki Minaj, there's not really a lot of other people that are prominent like that.
I mean, I kind of don't get it. I mean, I feel like a lot of female artists want to be rappers. They want to get their stuff out there, but for some reason we're just not attractive to the mainstream. People, maybe they don't want to hear about us. But you know, I would always think that inside. But then as I'm doing my ministry, I could see how hard it is. You know, I don't know if people don't want to play your stuff as much, or they don't want to book you as much, or I don't know what it is, but there is something going on with female rappers, how it's a little bit harder. And I think a lot of female artists, because they have that in their head, it doesn't make them want to work hard enough, or they don't want to do it, or they get scared, you know. So, you know, being a living testimony of it, it does get hard at times. But I feel like once we break through that wall of that stereotype of what females are supposed to do or sound like or whatever, or they're not as hardcore as a guy or whatever. Once we get through that, I think, you know, more females will start coming through.
Yeah, I mean, I think even just the whole female artists, and they're, you know, it's almost like sex sells, and having to kind of put forth that image. You know what I mean? Like, how is it even dealing with that, even in the Christian space?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I guess it's hard because you feel like they won't take you seriously unless you're rapping about that or you look a certain way. And I'm trying to let people know that I'm the total opposite of all of that. So, you know, to be able to reach that success where we can say, okay, you're a female artist and you're spitting about something of importance, you know, you're carrying yourself with a certain type of demeanor, and it sells and people respect that for you. And I think deep inside people want that. It's just that we're so used to this female representation of how you're supposed to be. So once we, again, get past that, I think a lot more people will respect it. They'll start vibing with it. It's just nobody's doing it, or they're scared to do it. So hopefully I can do it.
Yeah. How do you even, I mean, this is, how do you even balance the I don't even know what's the right word for it, but just balance looking nice as a female without it being overly sexual.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say the artist's name, but there was a recent controversy of a gospel artist with a dress, and so you had some females that were almost like, yo, she looks nice. Like, she couldn't look nice without having a skin tight dress on. You know what I mean? So how do you?
I see. To me, I think that's a little overboard. I mean, she wasn't showing, like, things weren't popping out like that. I'm not trying to get all graphic, but you know, you want to be ladylike. You want to show people that I could wear heels on stage. I could wear a nice shirt. Nothing revealing like that, but you know, you want to carry that type of demeanor. I don't want to have to feel like I have to wear Timbs all the time, or I got to wear kicks and jogging pants just because that's what male rappers do. And I have this conversation with my team a lot because, you know, male artists, they can go on stage with a white shirt and jeans and stuff, and they're good. And female artists, it's like, all right, should I wear heels? Should I wear sneakers? Should I wear jeans? Should I wear, what type of shirt should I wear? How does my hair look? Do I have enough jewelry on? It's like so many things we got to do. And it's because you're trying to represent a certain person and you want people to know that this is the type of artist I am, but I'm not trying to, compromise what I stand for. So again, I feel like female artists just have so many more challenges to deal with. And that might be why there's not a lot of them out there. I don't know.
How do you define modesty?
Modesty, like based off of how revealing you should look and stuff. Well, in regards to
I've
that,
I've never seen you in that space where it was like even questionable with you.
Right.
And that's part of the reason why I'm asking you is because obviously, there's a certain point that you just don't.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess. Like I said, I guess the revealing type, as long as nothing's cut too low and nothing's too short. And in regards to like shorts and stuff, because when it gets really hot in the summer, sometimes I want to wear shorts that are above the knee or whatever, but then I don't want people thinking, oh my gosh, she's Christian. So for a female artist like myself to go on stage and have these short shorts on, I don't know if that's going too far. But to me, I'm like, okay, it's summer. It's not that serious. I'm not really showing anything too crazy. And in regards to heels and stuff, when you're on stage and you're rapping, sometimes it's hard to jump a lot with the heels going. So a lot of times I don't wear certain things just because it's not comfortable on stage. Yeah. So I could have something tight or I could have something this or that, but if it's not flowing right on the stage, then I can't wear it. So
yeah,
it's a lot of conflict.
That's good. Yo, I saw a comment on, I can't remember which one of your videos it was. Mm-hmm. It was either Stereotype or
Life is Too Short.
Life is Too Short. I think it was Life is Too Short. And the person said, man, I can't really take HeeSun Lee too serious because she's too cute.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
How did that make you feel when you saw that?
I was joking about it with my husband because he always says like
he was ready
cute.
to fight.
No. We didn't even take it like a bad thing. Like they were saying they were hitting on me or anything. It was more like I kind of thought it was like she was cute, as in like I'm just, I don't like the word cute. I just feel like it makes me feel immature or whatever. He didn't say anything provocative, so I mean I didn't really look at it a second time, but. Yeah, I don't know if that was a little off, but yeah, I mean, I get that here and there, but I don't get it a lot. Yeah.
But does it you don't feel a ways because it's almost like they're almost not even paying attention to this craft that you put so much work into the video, the music, the look, and then it's just it just gets reduced to I can't even take her serious because she's cute.
Yeah, I guess it's inevitable. Sometimes you're just gonna have it, and I guess I expect it sometimes. Just like even male artists, they're gonna get it. They could be rapping their heads off, and if they show a muscle or something like that, people are gonna be attracted to that, and they're just gonna be looking at that. So, like I said, I don't think cute was too crazy, but I mean, compared to his comment, as opposed to everybody else who's talking about it, a lot of people were giving me good feedback on it. So I know that these other people were listening to it. So as long as, you're not getting all these people who are saying, oh, I can't even listen to HeeSun because of how she looks or what blah, blah, blah. So as long as more people are listening to what I'm saying, then more people are looking at what I look like, then we're okay.
So you seem like you're one of the rare people that you can literally zero in on all the positive feedback that you get as opposed to the negative. Because the statistics say you could get 100 Facebook comments that'll be positive, and then you'll focus on that one negative.
There was one, I forgot if it was like you, I forgot if it was Life is Too Short or Breaking Stereotypes. One guy wrote on my Instagram, he was saying, this is not of God. Why is she wearing this? And I don't really wear anything too provocative. So
what was it? What did you have on? I don't remember what it was.
Because I forgot the video. I don't remember what scene it was. I was hanging out with one of the guys from the label, and we were just looking at the comment. He's like, yo, delete that really quick. He was going in on me. He was getting all biblical, saying like, you call yourself a Christian artist and this is how you represent yourself. So that got to me because he was really like nasty.
Questioning your face.
Yeah. But that other one, when he was like, oh yeah, she looks cute. I mean, I just kind of smiled at it. But if it gets really crazy like that, then I'll be like, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? Does somebody else think like that? I mean, is there another comment that I'm not reading? Then more people are agreeing with it. I think also as you get bigger in your artistry, more people are gonna be saying stuff. So if you can't prepare yourself now, when you get up there, you're just gonna have a breakdown. So you gotta learn to accept that it's gonna happen.
That's good. That's really good. What's the craziest thing someone said to you in that kind of way, like trying to hit on you or something like that?
Nothing was ever like full right in your face. Hang out with me, do this and that. It was sometimes it's kind of like indirect, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. And then you start seeing that they want to hit you up. They want your number and, oh, you know, let me just work with you on a track or something like that. And then they want to call you. And in the beginning, I was really retarded and I used to give my number out and stuff. And then I had a lot of talks with the people I worked with. They're like, you know what, we're just going to give our number out to people because they're acting like they want to talk to you for music stuff and they really want to talk to you for other things.
Something else.
Yeah. And that's what I think with Christian people. Sometimes they're not really blunt about it. They kind of act like they want to work with you and they want to be a friend. And then you start.
Let's have a Bible study.
Yeah, they start hitting you up. They start flirting with you. They start doing things. It's like, okay, this is not what we, you know, but I mean, I obviously cut up on it. You gotta cut them off real fast or else you're going to get stuck in that whole thing. And then you're going to they'll pull you down right with you, you know? Yeah, they put on this whole facade. That's what's, I think, is really crazy in the Christian industry.
I know one of the things that you're like really passionate about is ministering to younger females.
Yes.
You know, just about, you know, sharing your testimony, some of the things that, you know, the Lord has kind of took you through.
Right. Yeah. I think females and a lot of in the foster care system, especially a lot of people don't know my story. I was adopted in Korea. So, you know, people with identity issues, not knowing their place in this world, I have a big heart for. And because there's not a lot of female artists doing it in the mainstream or doing it in this industry, you know, just it's without question that I would want to direct myself towards them. I feel like they need a role model. Yeah. There's too many, you know, I don't want to say her name, but, you know, in the secular industry and they're looking at her. I was in the mall the other day and they're bumping her music like crazy. These girls are wearing pink wigs on and everybody thinks it's funny. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't take this. But everybody's just so attracted to that music because that's all they have. But once they start seeing more positive music and more positive females doing it, maybe they'll, you know, start going towards that direction. So it's only right for me to want to direct myself towards the female population.
Who are some of your role models coming up?
Well, definitely my mother. The reason I'm here today is because of her. She gave me everything that I could possibly ever ask for. And the reason I'm even able to do this music is because of her. So she's a very big, I would say my mom is my pretty much full inspiration, everything I do, obviously God and stuff. But it was just a lot of family members, close friends around me that I'd always look up to. Yeah.
What about now, even now?
Well, I mean, a lot of people in my team right now, somebody that I really look up to is Chris Belmont. Chris
Belmont?
Yes.
He's my role model too.
Yeah. It's weird because, you know, I don't know if you would think because I'm a female that it should be a female, you know, inspiration, but me
I was kind of thinking you were going to say like Michelle Obama or something real deep.
Oh, like something real. No, I feel like the more personal when you can have a one-on-one conversation. But me and Chris, I've known him years now, and we've just had this steady progression in our music career. He's taught me a lot of things on and off the stage. So I think that's most important is, you know, you could be good at your craft and stuff, but if you don't have somebody discipling you, looking after you, making sure you're right on point on the inside, there's really no point in working with the people or getting close to them in any type of way. So
that's good.
Yeah, definitely JahRock'n and My City Records, you know, the whole crew. So yeah.
That made you perk up right there.
Okay, fine. I mean, he's all right. He's all right. Okay.
That's what's up. That's good.
Everybody lends an ear. I want to thank you in advance for letting us make it clear to y'all.